What's going on, you guys? Thank you for listening and viewing the Verse Podcast. I'm Kev.
Yo, what up, man?
What's going on, you guys? Back at it again at Ramapo College.
Yes, we are.
Yes, at
We Care Live Aid.
We Care Live Aid. This is our last interview here, guys. Thank you for tuning in last week to 80. They were brand new to us. I haven't heard of them until until our interview.
Yeah.
So that was really cool to know all like their social media tricks and like what they have upcoming with their albums. So definitely check that out. Coming out in around April, they said, and then shows to follow with that. But today, with our last interview, we have a special guest, and it is Sam Tunkel.
Open the window and peer out through the tree blades. They shine like blades through the rays of memory. Why do the rays of memory feel like blades? And I'm peering through the blades, counting down the days, and the days roll by. Days don't shine, and the days fall through while I'm still standing still, standing by, standing by. Waiting for a day to shine. Friends, they walk the diving board right into new age. I'm still floating on the edge of the blade. Floating and staying high in the shade. My paper is already wet with reasons to throw it away. The swordsman door, they know the rules, they know the game. And the sting of the blade, the sting, the sting, the sting of the blade. Afraid, afraid of the sting of the blade. For shame, you won't find your way. And you age, you age, you age, you age, you age, you Today is the day I sharpen my blade. Through the rain and the fog, I've been there so long. Today is the day I sharpen my blade. Today is the day of the blade.
How's it going, guys?
What up,
What's going
Sam?
on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Yeah?
Doing well, thanks.
Great, great.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, of course. We didn't get to catch your set because we were doing the podcast, but I got to hear some of your music on that Christian from Boy Blue sent with all the bands and stuff. So, what is the genre of music you play?
Genre of music. I mean, I guess a lot of the stuff that, we and everyone else here does is, kind of rock adjacent. I don't really, I know, like, when people ask, what kind of music do you play, and, like, someone says, like, well, I don't like defining my music, people are always like, oh my god, this guy,
We've had that before.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess it's very intimate music. It's intimate in the storytelling. It might not necessarily be intimate in the sound. Sometimes it definitely sometimes is, but it's intimate music, intimate storytelling music, and I try to emulate that with the songs. Sometimes we do more, alternative indie rock. Sometimes it's more folky and singer-songwritery, that kind of stuff.
Would you say like your music's folky? What you write?
Yeah, I mean, some of it is definitely folky.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the stuff on the album. So I released an album last year, last August. It's called Out There, and a lot of the stuff on that album is more, full band arranged. And a lot of that is not folky. There are some songs on that album that are just like solo piano or just more kind of tranquil, but a lot of the songs that I have been releasing over the past couple months, and the music that will be released more soon is definitely more on the tranquil side, the quote-unquote folkier side, and all that stuff.
What inspiration pointed you into that direction? What do you think?
I think I just always try to aim to do something different with each project. So, I mean, I'm very into, like, Bruce Springsteen, for example. I mean,
Asbury Park.
Who doesn't love Bruce Springsteen,
Yeah.
But I'm huge into Bruce Springsteen, and on the first album, that's something that I tried to emulate a little bit. Not just him, but a plethora of different artists as well. And I think that's kind of what I was going for on that one, a more kind of wall of soundy kind of thing. And then on these songs that I've been releasing, which is leading up to an upcoming project, which I'm planning on announcing tomorrow. But that's coming out later this month. A lot of that is definitely more tranquil, and it goes back to that contrast thing. I just trying to do something different with each project. I'm also like a huge Bright Eyes fan.
Oh, dude, Bright Eyes is sick. Wow.
Yep. Huge.
You're
there.
young for Bright Eyes now.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
crazy. Bright Eyes is like so throwback.
That the Wide Awake record, which I know is their most famous. I mean, I love Lifted as well.
That's
I
so
love
cool.
all of Connor's work.
That's so cool that
Ruminations.
music lived the time like that.
Yeah, well, I mean the Wide Awake record was released the year I was born.
Yeah,
So
I know.
yeah,
I can.
it's kinda
That
weird
when
to
you said
say.
Bright Eyes, like I was like, wow, Bright Eyes. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge Bright Eyes fan. Obviously, I love Elliott Smith. Everyone knows Elliott Smith.
Mhm.
Everyone's ripping him off. So, but yeah, those guys. And there's more. There's
Yeah.
so many more, as there always is. But that's kind of what pointed me in that direction, because I started getting into like that kind of music. Like I got into Bright Eyes when I was like 16. And that's when I started writing a lot of these songs that are coming
Mhm.
out, later this month. So, a large part of me is actually trying to play catch up with the songs that I've been writing. So, like, the songs that were on my first record were written, when I was 14 or whatever, and they were released last year. And I'm 21 now. So,
Yeah.
And same thing with this next project, except just a couple of years ahead.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, it should give you time to like master, you know, your original takes of that music and kind of bring it to like a fruition of what you actually want it to be. Obviously with the knowledge that you gain throughout the time, of growth.
Mhm.
So,
What are your favorite Bright Eyes songs? You would say,
Oh,
top 3.
top 3 Bright Eyes songs.
I might clip this whole Bright Eyes segment because I haven't heard that band in so long.
Waste of Paint is up there, 100%. Love that song. I love A Song to Pass the Time, off of Fevers and Mirrors, and Curious Girl. Curious Girl realizes when she's under glass, or it's like a long title.
Yeah.
And I love
That's how all the titles were back.
Yeah, right. I love the popular ones too. I like Lua is just like one of the greatest songs ever written, and obviously First Day is great, and Landlocked Blues. Landlocked Blues was
Oh,
like
wow.
that was like my entry point to Bright Eyes. Like when I heard that, there was no going back.
Yeah.
It was like that. Just
Wow, that's awesome.
am I allowed to curse on this?
Yeah.
Oh, it just fucking.
It's your
floored
brand,
me.
man.
It just fucking floored me, man.
Yeah.
That song. Yeah.
That's awesome. Wow. So, you're coming out with new music. You're announcing that tomorrow. How many tracks? Is it like an EP you're doing? Or?
It's an album.
Oh, an album.
Yeah, I released my EP last week.
Oh, wow.
So I released a single in December. That song was called Inner City Lullaby, and I released a single in January. That song was called Do You Will You, and then last week, at the end of February, I released an EP called The Parade Man, and that first single and the second single are going to be on the album, and the first song on the EP is going to be on the album. That's coming up, and the album is coming out on March 28th, and it's going to be called The Sting of the Blade, and it's 9 tracks.
Wow, you got cool names, man.
yeah.
What was it, Parade Man, you said?
The Parade Man.
The
yeah.
Parade Man. That's a cool name. I like that name, yeah. So, from what I judge from you, you're like an artsy dude. That's what I'm getting from you. Are you getting that vibe?
1000%.
I'm getting that vibe. So you started writing when you were 14?
Actually, I started writing songs when I was 12.
Oh, wow. What was the influence of being a musician at such a young age like that?
Well, my dad's a musician.
Oh, okay.
My dad is a singer-songwriter and a musician. He's been doing it like forever. Since he was a little kid,
was bred for it.
before me.
Yeah.
Well, obviously before me.
Yeah.
But like before he was 12.
Yeah.
He was writing songs and working on music. He was in a band, a pretty successful band, in like the late 80s, early 90s called the Red House. Unfortunately, none of their music is like on streaming or anything. So I grew up with him, always, playing his own music in the house. And, obviously I fed off of his music taste. And, my whole family is kind of, musical in small senses. I mean, me and my dad are kind of, the most musical, but like my mom was a ballet dancer when she was a kid, and my brother plays the drums. He also plays a little guitar, and he sings. He might disagree, but he's a great singer.
Yeah.
My grandma also was a beautiful pianist. I remember hearing her play. Like Beethoven, stuff like
Wow.
that in the house, and she would always play Fiolis, and she was a gorgeous player. And I've just recently started really getting into the more classical stuff, so that's becoming an influence on me. And she was cousins with Mama Cass from the Mamas and the Papas.
Really?
My grandma.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Music is in the lineage.
Yeah.
Music, yeah. I don't know how close of a cousin she was. I think, maybe second or third, but like,
But still, yeah.
Yeah.
Mamas and Papas like huge.
It's there.
Yeah, yeah. That's crazy. Wow. So, when did are you on a streak of playing live shows now, or have you just been writing so far this year?
Well, I mean, I would like to be writing a lot more. It's a little hard because I'm balancing a lot of things. I'm a music major at Rutgers.
Okay.
So,
cool.
yeah, that's a very, very, very hefty schedule. A lot of classes. I'm usually taking like 9 or 10 classes a semester. That includes like ensembles and practicing and, general music classes and extracurriculars, core stuff. And then on top of that, I work, like I was telling Anthony. I teach like very little kids. Like I play like children's rock songs for them. I teach like a couple classes during the week, and it's just like getting them interested in music. It's very rewarding. I also sing in a church choir.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I'm doing a lot of things, and I work with the band as well, and I wish that I did have more time for writing and working on my own material, because there's nothing I love more than writing and expressing myself through writing.
Right. What have you performed at any venues in North Jersey? Or are you just starting to?
North Jersey.
Probably like around this area, maybe like Rutgers.
Yeah. I performed at a few. I performed at what's it called, Harvest Moon in New Brunswick. And, And I performed at a few DIY venues in New Brunswick as well. I am actually pretty sure all of them don't exist anymore. The ones that I played at, or actually, the patio still exists. I played at the patio one time. But North Jersey, I played at Coffee Box once up in Rahway, I can't think of any off the top of my head. But I played in Asbury a few times as well.
Oh, we're in Asbury. That's where we're based out of, is Asbury.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
very cool. I played for the Light of Day Foundation a couple times.
Okay.
In some of the songwriter circles over the past couple years.
Nice.
I didn't do it this year, but in previous few years I did it. My dad is a long-time player of Light of Day. He hasn't been able to do it for the last few years, but he's played it for a long time. And
that's great.
We're trying to definitely get out more places, and I'm playing my first gig in New York next week. Actually.
Oh, nice. Where at?
Berlin under A.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's that in New York?
Manhattan.
Manhattan. Wow. Okay. If you were to play like a show, like with any, I don't want to say, yeah, like A-list like musicians, who would it be? If you could have like a, I don't know, like a 4-piece lineup, who would the 3 other bands or musicians be?
Like from Asbury, or like
just in general,
just
like
in
celebrities, it could be, yeah.
Living or dead?
Yeah.
Living or dead?
Doesn't matter.
Any?
Probably living.
Okay.
Let's do living. Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to play with Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
He's the king. There's no one that can deliver a live performance like him and the E Street Band. been watching them for a long time, and yeah, him. I'm a big Dylan fan. That chance will probably never come.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, he just plays nonstop, and like he does his own thing. It's great. It's great. Let's see, A-list celebrities. Let's see. Ooh,
Yeah, one more.
one more.
Yeah.
Shit. I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I'll think about it. I'll
Okay.
come back to it.
Yeah.
I'll give you my answer later.
Okay. Yeah. So with your songwriting process, like with writing this like full length album, how do you go from start to finish on a song?
So with songwriting, I usually start with lyrics first. So that's kind of what I've always done. When I first started songwriting when I was 12, I mean I was obviously terrible at it, but I would just kind of sit down at the piano, and I usually worked out music first all that time ago. But now I'm a lyrics first, pretty much.
Lyrics
strictly,
first?
Yeah, strictly lyrics first. With a lot of the songs that are coming out on this album, the way I wrote it, I would just kind of try and sit down and whatever. It's usually whatever I'm feeling, I'll just write out some words and try to put it into prose, and then I'll let it sit and then come back to it, try to put some music on it. I'm trying to expand more on the songwriting process now, though. So, like, one thing I'm trying to get into is, like, this kind of stream of consciousness kind of songwriting thing. So what I'll do is, it's still lyrics first, but what I'll do is I have my notebook, and I'll write just, like, a page full of, like, word spit. I like calling it word spit. And like I just fill up the entire page, like just with thoughts that I'm having in the moment. Whether it's a story or a personal thing or whatever, I just get it out. And I'm not thinking about like rhyme or prose or anything. I'm just thinking about getting thoughts out. And then I'll let that sit, and then I'll come back to it, and I'll take out things that I like from it, and then put that into a prose. And then I'll go back and put music to it. With some of the previous material, it's been very some of the melodies are really great in the songs, but one thing that I want to improve upon going forward is expanding on melodies and harmony, and because like we were talking about the more folky thing, a lot of that is and it doesn't have to be, but a lot of it is just, like 3-chord, and like, the melody stays the same roughly for the whole song, and, and that can be great. That can be great. But I kind of, going forward, like we were talking about that contrast, I want to expand more on melody and stuff like that going forward.
Is there like a specific setting that you like being in to like jumpstart your creative mind, or?
Usually, I can't really write unless I'm by myself. Yeah, I just can't do it. I'm in awe of people who like are able to write anywhere they go. Like, I mean, you watch like documentaries like Don't Look Back. Like the Dylan documentary from 1964, and like he's writing everywhere he goes, everywhere. And like I know that when they were in the studio recording Blonde on Blonde, he was like actively writing while they were recording, rewriting and rewriting and rewriting. And, I've just never really done anything like that. Maybe it's just because I haven't tried to do it, but I typically prefer writing by myself. Usually when the best ideas come, it's late at night, late at night. The best ideas tend to come when you're right after you woke up or right before you're about to go to sleep. Because your head is kind of in that like dream, like half dream like state. So
Is that why?
you got to let the dreams flow.
Wow. Is that when you usually do a lot of your writing? Probably with school you have to.
Yeah, well, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I try not to force it either, if I...
When you force it, you're just going to come out of the garbage. Yeah.
100%. Usually, I mean, I know like Paul Simon, for example, like he, who's of course a brilliant songwriter. I know he,
Thanks.
and
Now me and
also
Julio
Jeff
down by the
Tweedy,
schoolyard
Jeff
to be stuck
Tweedy
in
as
my
well
head.
from Wilco. What was that? I'm sorry.
Said now me and Julio down by the schoolyard to be stuck in my head all damn day.
But yeah, like Paul Simon and Jeff Tweedy, I'm pretty sure both of them like treat like songwriting almost as like a scheduled job. Like they block off time every day to songwrite, and that's something that I'm trying to do too. I don't consider that forcing it, but yeah, I try. You just have to let it flow naturally.
That's great. So, with your new EP, with your new LP, sorry, coming out, what do you have lined up to help promote that? You have any shows you want to do? You have any venues you want to play to promote?
Yeah, my band and I are doing we're doing a little DIY tour to
Nice.
go along with it.
Okay.
It's pretty spread out, so we're still calling it a tour.
I mean,
but,
yeah, if you're playing it out, beyond 2 shows is a tour to me.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
especially like when you're like at a local level, you know.
Yeah, we're trying to hit pretty much most of New Jersey and a little bit of New York and a little bit of PA.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
the tour. So
Yeah, because you work so hard, you know. You got to definitely put something together to get the ears on that. So with the music you're writing now, that's on Spotify. Probably by the time this comes out, your album will already be out. For the people like listening, what 2 songs would you highly recommend them listening to get the most out of like the vibes that you pull out when you write music?
off of the new album.
Yeah. Well, this will probably be out by the time it comes out. Yeah.
Or 2 songs.
To just get an overall vibe of like your style and songwriting.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I would probably let me think. What songs we got on there? We got 9 songs. I'd probably listen. There's a few songs on there that are just acoustic guitar and vocals, and it's very stripped down, so that the first track is like that. First track is called "The End of the Day," and if you want to check that out, I would highly recommend. A few of the songs that are going to be on the album are also already out. Inner City Lullaby is going to be on the album.
Okay.
That'll be the last track on the album. Do You Will You's out. Parade Man's out. But the first song, At the End of the Day, definitely I would check that one out. And one song that we played tonight, it's called Once I Wake Up. I would check that one out. It's a song that I wrote about the experience of falling in love with music as a kid. I would sit up in my bed late at night with my beat up blue Beats headphones and my mini iPad and with all like the downloaded music that I had from my dad's computer. And I would just kind of drift away all night listening to that stuff. That stuff stays with you. So that's a song about that. And then there's another song called Ask Me Why. It's the only song on the album that has piano. And it's kind of like a piano and like a couple electric guitars. It's still pretty tranquil, but that one's the most different from the rest of the album, I'd say.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
What instruments do you play? Like, what are you faceted in?
I play guitar and I play piano
Oh, wow.
primarily, and I sing.
Wow. That's awesome. What instrument do you like the most out of those? You think?
Man, that's a good
I know it's all
question.
different, but yeah.
I like the mandolin. I like the mandolin a lot, man.
Yeah.
And I like the pedal steel a lot. It's a beautiful instrument. I know that's not what you're asking.
Yeah.
But
you do like those instruments.
I
though.
love those instruments.
And you can play those instruments.
I cannot play those
Oh,
instruments.
I thought.
No.
Okay.
I could probably learn the mandolin.
Yeah.
But when I first started, so I learned the piano first, and I started learning the piano when I was like 11, 12. And when I started learning the piano, I wanted to be Roy Bittan from the E Street Band, from Bruce Springsteen's band, because that guy just has the greatest piano like there's no way to put it into words. Like he can play anything. Like he's got the chops, he's got the rhythm, he's got the melody, he's got the legato. He's got it all. Like he can take any song and make it into a story, and it's just brilliant. And I wanted to be him. But then when I was like 14, 15, I realized, oh wait, I can't move around on stage if I'm playing the piano.
True. Yeah.
So, and I want to be able to do that,
Yeah.
unless I'm like, fucking Jerry Lee Lewis, who's like playing with his feet and stuff. I wanted to be able to move around, and I was starting to get into like The Who. The Who is another huge influence.
I saw them at the Super Bowl like years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, man.
The Who, yeah.
Yeah. The Who. I met Pete Townsend. He's great. Huge inspiration. And I was getting into a lot of grunge stuff when I was 14. So a lot of guitar-based music, and that's what made me want to learn guitar. So that's
what grunge bands were you listening to at that time?
The well-known.
Like
the
Nirvana's
like
and all
Nirvana,
that.
Pearl
Jam.
Jam, I love.
Yeah.
And Alice in Chains, definitely. I mean, I love all the Soundgarden,
Yeah.
I love all those groups.
Yeah.
Silverchair too.
There you go.
They're good.
That's cool, man, that you like listen to all these like classics. Yeah. Especially at 21.
Yeah.
That's crazy. These bands live the test of time. So I want to ask you something that's very out of the realm from staying the test of time.
Uh-oh.
Well, he probably will. What's your thoughts on Charlie Puth?
Charlie Puth?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't listen to much Charlie Puth.
Yeah.
I haven't heard much.
Oh, you
of
don't
his
know like his songwriting and like
I
all
know,
this stuff?
I follow him on a few things, so it's only what I see pop up usually. But I mean, he seems like a really brilliant guy.
Yeah,
He just did the national anthem, right?
yeah, but he songwrites for a lot of artists.
No, I know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I mean, I think the production on
Definitely
on-
different music.
100%.
Yeah.
Definitely, I mean, and the stuff that he does, really isn't usually what I'm into,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
nothing against him by any means, because what
Yeah.
he does is great. It's super cool. I just wouldn't probably never do any of it. Yeah, I mean, I see those videos of him I think he was on like Jimmy Fallon like years ago, and
he made a song?
sampled a pitch from a glass or whatever, and he like made a song
Yeah.
right there,
Yeah.
and that was crazy. I think that's really cool. That process is really cool. Like really getting into like, okay, we're gonna find a groove, we're gonna find a melody. That stuff is gonna come first. That process is great. And that's definitely like the more pop songwriting kind of thing, which is something that I love a lot, and something that I want to do more going forward. That's kind of what I was getting at when I was talking about contrast. Like I want to expand upon melody and harmony and focus more on those things going forward.
Yeah. More kind of like catchier music.
Are you a John
Catchy
Mayer fan?
melodies.
What was that?
Are you a John Mayer fan?
He's great. He's a great. Same situation. I've never really delved into his music that much.
You like the classics, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I like the classics, and there's plenty of artists that are,
What
popping
artists do
today
you
that-
like now, like that's like modern, that you would be like, I can get down with this?
I love Geese.
Oh, Geese, yeah, they're great.
I love Geese and,
yeah.
and Cameron Winter. I just recently, I mean, they've been blowing up, obviously, but
Yeah.
I just recently, within the last few months, got turned on to them, and especially Cameron Winter's solo album. I think is brilliant. Like when I first listened to it, it was like, this is like unlike anything I've ever heard before. It's very unorthodox, and not in a bad way at all. It's really great, and I didn't get it at first when I first listened to it, but it just continued to grow on me and grow on me and grow on me. And then I saw some live performances, there's some Carnegie Hall bootlegs of Cameron Winter, and like those just blew me away. Another person who's older but more modern is Frank Turner. You guys know Frank Turner?
I've heard of him.
British singer-songwriter.
I'll check them out.
Huge influence.
Yeah.
Frank, totally just like has saved my life on a few occasions, and love his music. And yeah, there's more. But,
Yeah.
you know, just-
You know any? So you go to Rutgers, right? That's New Brunswick. That's awesome. What venues there do you think are great venues to view music or play music at?
I think that the New Brunswick DIY scene is great.
The basement shows and all that
Yep.
stuff.
And I mean, those venues, they come and go, because,
Yeah.
it's students usually who run those houses. But
Court
some
Tavern
of
used to
the-
be a huge one back in the day.
What was that?
Court Tavern.
Yeah,
That used to be a huge one back in the day.
I've heard of that.
I don't know why they don't bring it back. I think the building's still up too.
Was that Court Tavern? Where's that at?
It's like where like all the development is now at Rutgers. It's by like all like where they have like the main street by like the Pack Center. It was like around like that area. Yeah, but yeah.
But yeah, the DIY scene is great. I mean, some of the best shows that I've been to, some of the most fun, the best shows that I've been to have been basement shows.
Yeah.
And that is mesmerizing because, when you go to most basement shows, like the sound equipment is shit, and like, and that's absolutely nothing like against, people who run those house shows. That's just the reality of the room, because the rooms, basements aren't built for that kind of
Yeah.
sound, but it's just so fun, because it's just more community based, and I think people really come together in those environments. So I love the DIY scene in New Brunswick a lot.
Yeah, Rutgers has always been built on that community, especially basement shows. Like Thursday came from there, Midtown. Like that was part of like the whole circuit back in the day. You could play like a big venue and then play a basement show too, just because like those basements would be packed.
Yeah.
I also want to shout out, it's not in New Brunswick, but Highland Park. Highland Park has a great music scene. Every week
They have
I go
Pino's
to,
there, right?
Pino's.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I want to shout out Pino's because Pino's has been my home for the past like 2 years now at this point. I have a tattoo on my arm of a dragonfly. I don't know if they can see it.
All right, here, this camera.
Oh.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
The Dragonfly used to be a coffee shop. I come from Somerville. I'm from Branchburg, but Somerville's right there, and I went to high school in Somerville. But there was a coffee shop in Somerville called the Dragonfly Music and Coffee Cafe, and excuse me. I would go there every week from like the time I was 11 until I was like 14, with my family, because my dad was like, oh, I found this this great coffee shop that does open mics every week.
Oh, wow.
And there was an extremely dedicated and hardworking and beautiful community of artists there. Musicians, poets, whatever. Photographers, people that would come out every week to support each other, and like. It didn't matter, what you did. People came there for an experience. People came there to be close to each other, and it's those kinds of experiences that I long for, and I miss that place very much. It closed down, unfortunately, like pretty much as soon as I got to high school. But since then, me and my family had been looking for a new place like that, and Pino's is like that. Pino's does open mics every Wednesday night, and it's like 5 minutes away from me at Rutgers, and it's just a beautiful community, and everyone comes out every week to support each other, and everyone's friends, and it's just beautiful. I love it.
That's great. Wow. Is that one of the places you'll think you'll perform when the album comes out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pino's is actually our final tour date.
Yeah.
So, yep.
That's great, man. Dude, you got to get out to Asbury. I'll definitely come. I'm right there, so I'll definitely come check you out. Sorry I didn't get to check you out today because of the podcast, but I heard your music on Spotify. It's great, man. But where can everyone check out your new music coming out on Spotify and all that, and where can they follow you on IG?
My Instagram is Sam_Tunkel. That's Tunkel. and my music will be out on all streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, Bandcamp, YouTube, all the things. So you can check me out anywhere. You can also check me out on my Instagram, TikTok. TikTok's the same as my Instagram, and yeah.
And let's close out with one song they can listen to on Spotify to check you out on.
One song?
Yeah.
Something off the new EP. Something. Full Moon Lover.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's do that one.
You had something?
Awesome. Yeah. So just make sure you check out his new album or EP that's coming out or came out. What was the name of that again?
The Parade Man.
The Parade Man.
Yeah. Check out the Parade Man coming out. And Sam Tunkel, thank you.
Thank
for
you guys.
sitting down
Thank
with
you
us.
so much.
Looking forward to hearing the new music and hopefully catch you in Asbury soon.
Thank
and
you
let me
guys.
know. Send us a DM. I'll give you a follow and let us know when you're there. We'll come by.
Cool.
All
Thank
right.
you guys.
Yeah. All right.
guys so
Sam
much.
Tunkel, guys.
Appreciate you.
See you next week.
Appreciate
Peace.
you guys.